Hey everyone, Ivy Lee Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, I'm going to go through the dev insights from January 26. Let's see if this Q&A reveals anything fun.
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
Alright, so I'm a day late. I know, I was so busy yesterday. I had other videos to post, and yeah, by the time I had a chance to do this, it would have been a very late video, so here we are. It's the morning. Oh, not really. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm sleepy. I got my tea, trying to wake up here. I could have slept all day today. I got crappy sleep. I guess that's part of being pregnant. Crappy sleep. Preparing for the future, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go through like always and just read the ones that stick out to me, skip over duplicate conversations and that sort of thing. Alright, question 1. Please allow us to create and save custom sell filters for gear. I have my own strategy for gear I'd like to sell, but I have to go through and click the same filters over and over and it's tedious. Just let me set my filter and then save it as a custom profile. They said we will consider saving settings for the gear filter system. I mean, it's not that bad. At least we have filters. I've never seen a game allow you to save a preset for selling. I mean, save a preset for using gear, sure, but I've never seen a game let you save a preset for selling. Except like when you go, let's say you go into Gear Raid 3, and when you can auto sell before you even collect the items, you can check a bunch of things like automatically sell flat main stats that are flat attack, flat HP, flat defense, and maybe healing effect. I don't know, or whatever you don't need much of at the moment. That would be really ideal, right? But yeah, never seen that, but okay. This one kind of goes along with like the idea of gear setup and stuff, so let's read this one. Since we use different heroes everywhere, number 1, quick equip or quick unequip all heroes. All. Oh god, I should just do that and remake my account from scratch. I really need to... I've never done that yet, guys. I know some people do that. Just wipe your whole account, take off all the gear, sell all the bad stuff, number 1. How much bad crap do we even have as we're going along that you're like, why was this even on a person? It's just people you're not using, you know? And then all of a sudden we have gear space. And then re-gear everybody from scratch. Oof, re-gear day. That might need to be a thing. That might need to be a live stream. Let's re-gear all my heroes from scratch. No, I don't know if I feel confident enough to do that. That's a lot. Anyway, quick equip, unequip selected heroes. I like that. Artifact management page. Gear management page. Save sets for quick equips. That's what I really like. The saving of a set. That's what we need. Like to be able to say different things and move it, and or just like Vierna, this is my Vierna / whoever set, and then you know, like you can put that on them again in the future, but it doesn't have to be a swap. I hate the swap, because it's like I want to steal my Oleg's gear and put it on this damage dealer to make them tanky for this run, but I don't want Oleg to have that damage gear. It makes no sense, right? It's weird. Alright, guild notes. Let us pin some notes with advice for guild members inside. Separate tabs in guild chat. 1 for notifications and 2 for player messages. Alright, they said thank you for the suggestion. The gear setup page is already in the planning stages and will be unveiled shortly. So there's going to be some more changes to gear management. I'm so excited to read the end of this. So this person's talking about gear swapping, but being able to lock certain accessories. So you can like only swap a couple pieces and then see what the stats will be. And this is exactly what we wanted. This is one thing I wanted them to copy Raid Shadow Legends. Ready for it? Thank you for the suggestion. We will roll out a fitting room-like feature in the future to resolve this issue. Yes! I love that idea. I love that idea. That's what it's, even though it's free to swap gear in this game, so it's not a big deal. If I want to go and like completely re-gear from scratch someone, I want to see, okay, is this actually, like, I want to compare the builds, you know? I want to see, is this really a big improvement, or is it not even worth bothering to steal from all those important people to do this? Like, I want to compare the old stats with the new stats with a fitting room that's temporary, and then decide yes or not to accept it. Oh, I love that. A fitting room. A fitting room. Just perfect. All right, so I think this is talking about in Void Rift, that it should be guaranteed a random exclusive mythic artifact. It's a difficult task to complete, and it's the only source possible to get the exclusive mythic artifacts aside from very rare seasonal events. It's not something people can abuse and get lots of, and people will still take a very long time to collect them. So, yeah, that's very true, and I like this idea. They said exclusive artifacts are relatively valuable, but we will consider adding a guaranteed drop mechanic. It would be nice because, honestly, like, there's nothing more annoying than doing your Void Rift and feeling like you know, you did it for the week, you pushed hard, took your time, or maybe you pushed to a harder level and you're like, I'm finally at harder nightmare, I can get the big things now. And then they just give you a basic-ass generic mythic artifact that you get all the time from farming anyway. It doesn't feel like a nice reward, you know? I feel like it should be special from Void Rift, I agree. I'm just going to point out that yet again they have said something about the Awakening Shop, but are being vague about it. We will gradually optimize the offerings in the Awakening Shop. Literally, since they started their very first dev insights, the Awakening Shop improving has been a topic, and we have yet to see any real glimpse of them actually changing anything or adding anything there. I don't know, man. Just plan something. Give us a little bit of an adjustment to the shop, right? Gradually optimize it. Okay, well, every patch adds something, because we're getting desperate here. People have 20,000, 30,000, 200,000. I apologize, guys. I'm a little raspy today. I'm really, really worried about losing my voice because Odd One has had no voice for quite a few days with having the flu, and I really hope that doesn't happen to me too. I don't know what I would do. But alright, so question 9. The hero's visit. Would be pretty cool and in theme, earning their trust and respect if we received a couple shards every time we completed their tasks. So over time, we could earn those heroes if we don't have them and their awakenings. Or their awakenings. They will consider adding more places to obtain hero shards. Yeah, we don't mean like only ones that were already shard summon events, though. I hope they realize that. I mean like Hatsa or Sadie are visiting your camp, and you want to, you know, you do your daily whatever hero visit things, and then you get 5 fragments toward one out of 100 even. And then over time, you're just gonna get a copy of the hero, right? I think that's pretty cool as long as they were generous with it enough to where it's not like, well, it took me a year to get enough fragments for Hatsup because she only shows up every once in a while, you know? They could, hopefully wouldn't do that though. Alright, this one has a good answer, so I want to read through this one. Cheeky feature design hero skill idea. In an attempt to add game strategies for content, as part of a hero ultimate skill, a hero could either swap or teleport themselves or 2 other heroes already placed on the map, allowing more strategies, especially for those with limited sets of heroes. I said, thank you for the suggestion. We've received the corresponding design content and we'll consider it for future hero designs. It's a good idea. Swapping or teleporting to different spots on the map with their ultimate. I wonder how they would do that in this game. I don't know. But I'm curious. It could be interesting for sure. Instead of having to recall them and then wait for the revival time, you'd be able to know that that hero can be moved later, which could be really valuable in some of the stuff like Void Rift. Like, okay, you only have a few enemies left and you're done battling that side. You know the boss is going to pop up in a different spot. You want to move them to a different spot where the boss is going to pop up. I like that. All right, this is good suggestion for Arena. Especially given that we go against different levels of mobs based on our opponent's BP. We don't always kill things as fast, right? When you go on auto. Or it might be super fast and that messes up the timings of the whole battle. So this is a good suggestion. Inside the current arena setting, a proper defense is kind of hard if not impossible. And besides all the bugs that have to be fixed, I would like to suggest a way to record the timing we activated an ultimate or deployed a hero, not based on the current timestamp in the fight like it is currently, but tied to which monster was on the board and in which position those waves were when we activated that character's ultimate. Let's make an example. In the anti-air DPS arena, I activate Sylas's ultimate at the beginning of the second wave to kill the big monster spawning in that wave as fast as possible. But during the defense, I win the first wave by a lot, and my opponent struggles taking down the damage on the crystal, but delaying the timestamp from when I recorded it, and my Sylas activates his ultimate way too early to be effective in the second wave. With this solution, he would wait for the condition of the two mobs of the second wave spawning before he can trigger that action recorded. I love that. That's so true. I didn't even think about it. And at first I read this, I'm like, huh? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And like, it's not only if you have a really weak opponent and then you're sitting there waiting for Solkadance to like take down their crystal, that messes up all the timings. Or if you have a really strong opponent, it could take you a lot longer to knock out an enemy. And so that messes up your timings. Like, this is a really good suggestion. So they said, we have arranged and optimized this content, and it will be rolled out in future updates, or in updates soon. That'd be amazing if it really would work the way they described. I really hope so. That's brilliant. All right, question 20 is from Fastidious, so I have to read this one because it's kind of funny and kind of sad. And yeah, let me just... All right, so he suggests real ways to fix Cratch, right? This post from him was posted in multiple places, including the content creator chat, and he put it in the suggestions, and I think he shared it in his Discord as well. This was in response to them only reducing the deployment cost. Remember, like, when they did it on the Forerunner server, and they're like, reduce costs from 24 to 22. This was his reply, being like, that's not good enough. Here's what you should do. Step 1, dual faction membership. Watcher plus Piercer. He definitely needs to be a Piercer. He needs that range extended. Reduced ultimate cost from 500 to 400. With full skill ups, of course. Remove the misfire at A1, not all the way at A5. Increase base attack from 3897 to somewhere between 4000, 4100. Reduce deployment cost from 24 to 19 instead of 22. And they said, thank you for the suggestion. We will consider slightly lowering deployment costs, which is what they did already to 22, but completely ignoring all the other suggestions he made. All right, yeah, and this is a good example of what we're expecting. When you hear background farming, we mean real background farming, which I explain in a lot of these videos, that even though every game is different and their system requirements are different, there are ways to do it without even pretending to run the battle in the background. That would be zero strain on the system. This is like kind of what people expect. You want to be able to minimize the game also, which in some cases, again, there are ways to do it. I know there are. I've seen it in so many other games, and I don't really care what the server setup is or not. There are ways to collect gear without really going into a gear farm, for example. That is just like a simulated, yep, okay, we're going to farm that for 5 hours. Come back and we'll give you random rewards, but you don't even open up the gear raid. All right. So this one, I don't want to spend 6,000 stamina and not be able to use my phone for 5 hours. I don't want my phone battery to be degraded since I have to keep it plugged in for that time. Please give me the option to do this in the background so I can play other aspects of the game, or choose to use that time to do something else. Would be more like something basic, like making a phone call, which I can't even do. I'm proposing that you give me the option to watch the auto battle, skip auto battle if you don't want me to skip for some reason. Allow me to come back at the set time, which will be easily calculated based on the average battle time. Exactly. This would encourage all your players to spend more stamina. Plus, auto battle is highly inefficient since half the time there are enemies on the screen. And it's just wasting battery. Waiting 20 seconds for the next wave. They said the back-end auto battle feature has been launched on the Forerunner server. It will be introduced to the official server after further optimization. Yeah, how it is now is literally pointless. We can cleanse our gear, click some red dots, look at our champions, and that's about it. Like, maybe we could summon too, I guess. There's no point to it right now. There's literally no point to it. Question 24. Please allow video playback of arena defense. We need to see why we are winning or losing so we can make necessary adjustments on defense. Said, thank you for the suggestion. We will consider implementing a feature that allows everyone to view past battle recordings. Yeah, a lot of games have that, honestly, the like arena stuff. The next one is so true. Everyone's been begging for Lunaria that missed her. Can you please rerun the Lunaria fusion? It was before I started playing and there's no Piercer Lord easily available. They said, thank you for the suggestion. We will reintroduce characters based on the schedule of upcoming events. They don't even need to do like the whole fusion. They just need to, I don't know, they need to do some sort of like past fusion events where people can either get oddball extra fragments of whoever they have sitting in their bag right now by doing multiple different things, or let's say you want to pick one of the heroes to focus and you can get enough shards to do the fusion too. Like there should be some sort of weird mixed fusion that is all the fusions where you could like use a currency to buy the extra fragments from the shop. That would be really cool. That's something maybe I should try to type out and suggest. So they say, can we please have a pity counter display global official server until you hit the pity count? Make an example of a pity counter would be you are whatever number of summons away from hitting the pity counter. This feature is really needed for the game. They say the guaranteed counter is live. You can view it on the summoning page. No, it's not. Are we crazy? All right, we're on the summoning page. You can already view this on the summoning page. Okay, it's not clear here, right? It's not in summon rewards. Summon rewards are just rewards and nothing else. Keep in mind, guys, when you actually hit the max, this reward thing goes away. Like, is it like 11 or 13,000, 11,000, something like that? This is not a pity counter. This is just rewards which combine, yeah. When you hit like 12,500, there are no more rewards. And this goes away. This is Ancients and Rare Crystal just giving you bonus rewards. It's not a pity counter. It just tells you how much you've done total between those. It does not count legendary crystals though, so it's a weird thing. Okay, that's not the answer. Drop rates. It's definitely not here, right? Pity timer rules. The summoning pity timer, blah, 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 starts, you know, at 200, you kick in your pity and then they start going down. Drop rate will increase by whatever. Okay, cool. Summoning record. This is not a pity counter. There is no pity counter. We have to go, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We have to, that's not a pity counter. We want to see, what they're asking for is when you click summoning record, it could be like, you have summoned, this is a good one. How about this wording? You have summoned 152 times since your last legendary pull of That's what we really need. This is cool, but you still have to like count, which is, again, not ideal, but it's cool to see what your last stuff was. But this right here, instead of saying you can check the last 300 summons, okay, I don't care. We could see that. We could click it. Okay, I got it. How about you say you have summoned 150 heroes since your last legendary in Invocation of Spirits. You have summoned 12 heroes since your last legendary in Divine Summoning. I think that's a much better extra little tidbit of information at the top there, right? All right, guys. But that has been all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Sorry I'm a day late, but yeah. Hope this is still helpful, and I will see you in the next video.